Now here is the video that everybody wants to see. My first year review of the Schneider IC Choice Program, still here. It's actually 13 months now. So I want you to be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video because I got a special announcement. So let's talk about the Schneider IC program and what you can expect for your first year. Actually, it's more of my review. This is my experience. So you got to remember that your experience, everybody's experience is different, right? So all I can do is share my experience, right? So let's talk about it. And the number one thing that I know most people want to talk about is pay. Can you make money here? And yes, you can. Yes, you can. I can't answer that question specifically though, because I feel I didn't work as hard as the next guy would. I tried to be home every weekend, and when I was home, I damn near 3 days, you know? So like if I get home Friday, I'm not leaving till Monday. So most of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, so I was home a lot. And I try to do a lot of pass through the house and stay there. You know, if a load's going this way, I'm stopping, even though I got a whole bunch of time to run, and I'll stay and then kind of get back on the road tomorrow. So that was how I ran. So I didn't make as much as I could have made. I personally made as much as I did on my last job. Okay, now I was a company driver on my last job. So to me, I did a video in the past saying this is company driver money. Now I made good company driver money. So your company driver money might be $600. So, you know, so we can't even compare company driver money to company driver money. I got paid well at my last job. So to me, it was company driver money. Okay, so let's talk about the trucks. Okay, I drive a 2016 KWT 680. The truck treated me perfectly, you know, and I think this is the difference between making it and not making it, being successful and not being successful, because if your truck gives you problems, it's going to cost you money from downtime, and it possibly going to cost you money out of your pocket and kind of wipe out your maintenance account, depending on how bad it is, depending on if your truck is under warranty. So my truck, it treated me well. I had a couple of check engine lights. The truck ran fine with the lights, and every time I got it, I scheduled to take it into the shop when I was home, you know? So I know I'm going to be home Friday. I call up the shop, basically, or our little thing to make the appointment, and I'll say, hey, I'm going to do a PM, and yeah, I got a check engine light on, and they're going to go ahead and look at it. So when I drop the truck off, I'm home, you know? So it didn't affect my running time because I was home, you know? And I was telling them like this. So it's Friday, right? I know I'm going out Monday. Yeah. I'm going to drop the truck off on Friday, and I'll pick it up tomorrow. Yeah, when I get there, they're like, when are you going to pick it up? Yeah, I'm going to pick it up tomorrow because I want it to be ready for Monday. But I don't tell them that. So it's like I get free truck parking, right? So it's like, okay, see you tomorrow. And I don't come back until Monday to pick it up. Anyway, and then everything's fine. They hook it up. So I had no problems with the truck. I did have one problem where it tried to derate on me. And that was a little scary moment because that was my first, like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm in charge, I'm the boss, and that feeling is scary. It's scary, I'm telling you. You know, it's like you don't know what to do. You know, if you call Schneider, they don't care about your truck, okay? They care about that load you got. Okay, do you need somebody to take that load? You know, you're going to be on time? Because if they take that load, it's going to cost you $400. So you got that to worry about. You got your truck, where you're going to go, hotel. It'll start going crazy, okay? So remember, the first thing they're going to care about is that load you got, all right? And that's their number one. You get your truck fixed whenever, you know. So anyway, I elected to keep it going, and the light went off, and then I got it looked at, and it was a bad knock sensor. So that was my one scary experience with the truck. It didn't derate on me, even though it was telling me it was going to derate on me, but it never did derate. So I'm like, I'm running, man. I'm running until this thing just like slows down. All right, so we talked about the truck. We talked about the money. Let's talk about the load board, right? You want to come here because you're going to pick your own loads. I did a video, one of my first videos here, how it's difficult to schedule a good week, you know, because loads, you have to learn the load board. I'm sure you heard that on everybody's videos that kind of does this. Now, what you're learning, you're not learning necessarily how to book freight. You're learning where the hot loads are. Where's the loads that's going to make you the most money? How often those loads pop up? you're kind of worried. You're learning where to be, right? The right place at the right time. That's what you're learning. And it took me a long time to learn what makes me the most money. Now, I was making money. I was always making money. That's easy. I think you can make money. But what makes me the most money and get me home? That's what I was trying to learn, okay? And it's, as you're learning, you're like, hey, man, this load usually pops up. It's not there. Anyway, a lot of people say that the load board, it's games on it. Okay, I said it, man. They say the load board, it's not. A lot of people believe that the load board, everybody's not seeing the load board. Some people, your loads are being blocked. I'm not even gonna go there, at least not in this video. But the loads are not easy. You can't just boom, 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 boom. I just booked a 4,000 plus week. It's difficult to string them together, especially since I've been here. Also, a lot of loads are pick up today, deliver tomorrow. Pick up today, deliver tomorrow. I remember, like Jeffrey had in one of his videos one of his earlier videos with talking about Schneider, and it's like, do multiple loads a day. Short runs, because short runs pay the best. They do, and they still do. But it's hard to do multiple short runs in a day because it's pick up Monday, deliver Tuesday. Pick up Tuesday, drive for 100 miles, deliver Wednesday. It's less and less of that pick up today, deliver the same day. It's less and less of that. A lot of loads is pick up today, deliver tomorrow. Pick up today, deliver tomorrow. There's a lot of loads, pick up today, deliver 2 days from now. Pick up today, deliver 3 days from now. So to figure out, or to make the most money, you just want to keep picking up, dropping, bang, drop, hook, right? You want to keep doing that. But it's kind of hard to do because there's a lot of time sitting on loads, so you got to work it out, man. And that's what you got to kind of work out. Do you want to do this? Because if you're doing that, if you're picking high revenue freight, you could also save on fuel, because fuel is your number one cost, right? So if you could pick high revenue freight and you're not burning that much fuel, possibly you don't have to make as much revenue to have a good check because you didn't burn a lot of fuel. So this is the stuff that you're gonna have to figure out. If you want to save a lot of fuel, do you want to run hard and kind of just outrun your fuel costs? Just do that 3,000 miles a week and just outrun your fuel costs, or do you just be strategic on what you pick with good high paying loads, and maybe you have to sit on it a little bit, but your fuel is down. But here's the thing with that, the expenses of the truck, all right? So when you leave Schneider Finance, that truck is expensive if you get a Schneider Finance truck, okay? So if you have high expenses, high fixed costs, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to run that way, because you're profitable with your loads, but goddamn, you got some bills. You got to pay. So you gotta keep running. You just gotta, I gotta just keep running to make money, even if it's $1.10 a mile. I gotta run, because time is money, man. Because that bill comes every Monday, or every Friday, one of the days. Okay, Monday's the end of the payroll. Friday you get paid. So let's say it comes every Friday. So time is money, So keep those wheels turning, keep that revenue earning, and you will make more money. That's what I decided to do. I want to just keep running. I want to try to make at least $700 a day. That's my personal goal, okay? That's try. And I didn't make it 1,000 a day or something that's really, really difficult. 700 is kind of realistic, right? It is. It's hard. You could do it most of the time, but sometimes you can't do it. So if you can make $1,000 in a day, the next day, let's say, because it's not, I want to make $700 a day, but that's the average, so if I can make good on this day, I don't have to make as hard as is on this day. Because if you make, say, like going to the East Coast, you make $1,000, $1,200, you're not going to get that money coming back. So you just want to make sure both loads. So you want your return, say you go for 1,000, come back for 700. If you could, no, let me see, 714. Go to 1,000, come back for 400, right? So that's $1,400 in 2 days. Boom, that's $700 a day. That's how I kind of ran it to keep it going. All right, so that's my little system. I hope you understand this. I hope you're getting the feel. And this is what makes it unique and different. This is why I can't tell you how you're gonna run or I can tell you to follow this because everybody's different. And that's what makes this program kind of unique, right? Dispatch. Let's talk about dispatch for a little bit. One of the best things I liked when I first came here is you don't have to talk to them ever. I don't know who those guys are. You only have to talk to them when there's a problem. Okay, so boom, boom, the load didn't pick up, or I don't know, you don't got the right appointment numbers. Now you got to get on the phone and talk to them. So anytime there's a problem, that's when you're going to have to talk to them, or you can sit and wait, play Qualcomm messages back and forth, or pick up the phone, and that's when you talk to them. If everything goes smooth and you got no problems and blah, blah, you're doing your thing, nobody's going to call you. You're doing your own thing. You actually really feel like the boss. You're running your own business. Now, the only time you're going to get a call or something is if you start effing up. Maybe you're late or something like that. You're consistently late. They're going to start watching you, and if they think you're late, they're going to pull your loads off of you, okay? So remember, here at Schneider, like the freight, safety is number one, but they really want to provide great customer service for their customers and not yours. You're Schneider's customer. Is that right? They're our customer, I guess. Okay, so they want to provide good service to their customers. They don't need Swift, JB Hunt coming in on the next contract and take their customer away, okay? So their customers is their number one, okay? So if you're late, or they don't like that, okay? So just do your thing. You don't have to book loads tight. You really never have to be late, because don't book tight. Meaning, oh, I'm going to deliver here at 7 and I'm going to pick up this next load at 7:30. Suppose something goes wrong. Suppose you get to the place and there's a long line, or, you break down, whatever. With trucking, it could be 1,000 reasons why you're going to be late. So, do something where you could drop this at 7 and you're picking up your next load at 11:12. Nice little 4-hour cushion or something like that. That's when you're not going to be late. But sometimes you have to book tight because there's no other load. So let's say you're dropping at 7, you need another load. You're like, damn, the only load here picks up at 7:30. It's going my way, blah, blah. There's nothing else. If I don't get this load, there's nothing else I could do. And you're going to book that load. And you better hope that everything goes good, because you don't want to be late for that. Okay, everything will be okay for the most part, but they're going to start watching you, and you don't want that. You want to provide good service, so, all right. Maintenance. Let's talk about the shops and the Schneider shops. Can't talk about it because I have no experience with them. I was very fortunate I didn't even have a blowout, okay? So I don't really know too much. Only time I had to deal with them is when I had to get your quarterly inspections. Okay, here, you need a DOT annual inspection, right? For every truck, you have to have your truck inspected annually for DOT. But at Schneider, you have to have it checked quarterly. Okay, so they want it done 4 times a year, although the law is 1 time a year. All right, so they call it the quarterly annual, the quarterly annual inspection, and it's free. Okay, you can do it at the Schneider shops. You can do it at like the TA, Petro, whoever, damn near whoever does it, they got to deal with them. Speedco, and you get it done for free. All right. I like going to the shops. Well, gosh. Yeah, I guess I like going to the shops. I think they're a little bit more, depends on who you see, they're a little bit more lenient. If they see you got a new truck, they just kind of like, all right, some people pull out the paper and start checking, it just depends on where you go. All right, and for the most part, you do everything you're supposed to do. It's pretty easy to pass. But I'll tell you this, if you fail, you're grounded. You're grounded right there. You can't even, so if you don't want to do it if you got a load on you, because you could lose that load. So let's say, oh, this doesn't work. You can't take the load. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you got a light out. And, well, they might give you a light. But say something simple. You got a load and it delivers, in a couple of hours. You deliver the load first, then get the inspection. Try to do it with no load on your back, because if something goes wrong, you're grounded, okay? And then you don't want to give them $400 to take your load. All right, so that's what I learned from that, even though it never happened to me, but that's what's going to happen. All right, so my experience with maintenance, I really don't know. Everybody's seems to be nice. There's some people that's not nice. It's kind of like a normal shop you would go to. Some people love their job, some people don't. That's how I look at it. And the people that don't love their job, they're not really uppity and spirity, you know. And the people that love their job, hey man, what you doing? How can I help you? So that's what you got kind of going on in there. That's what I experienced. All right, so let's sum up this whole video. How do you like it? I tell you what, I like it. You're your own boss, man, and that feeling is great. The freedom of it is amazing. It can't be matched. I can't say anywhere. It just can't be matched. At least with maybe companies that you get dispatched or something, because you're really doing your own thing. Especially, you know, I like going home when that was what was important to me. Some people, that's not going to be important, you know. That's why everybody's experience is different. But I like going home, and I like going home when I'm ready to go home, and I like to stay home as long as I can stay home. Although your bills will say, we gotta go because it's gonna be time to make some money, you know. So them bills, you can't stay home too long, right? But I stayed home, I pushed it, and I still made okay checks. But remember, I made company driver checks. It wasn't enough money in my opinion, so that's what I don't like. I don't like all the risk we got. We got the truck, we got to take care of it. This thing could get expensive. I feel you don't make enough money for the risk that you're taking, okay? So my batteries are trying to die here. I don't feel that you make enough money for the risk that you take on board, right? Because it's risky. I mean, when things go wrong, it could go wrong really fast. And like I said, that's the difference between people making it and not making it. We need to have enough cash. We need to be making enough cash to take care of the risky things that we're involved in, and also enough cash to grow our business. And I don't feel that that's happening here. This is why I feel people are leaving to go elsewhere. It's a nice system, drop the hooks are nice, but you know what? We feel that with the 65%, you're taking most of our money. We have a lot of risk, and you're almost just giving us a little bit more than company driver money. There was this guy that posted on company on the Facebook. He drove a flatbed, I think, for Schneider. I didn't even know they had flatbeds, but I think that's what he drove. And he listed his checks like 5 weeks in a row, and it was all more than mine. And people's like, you should go IC. It's like, why? I make more. So people can make more being a company driver somewhere, depending on your experience, depending on the rate that they want to charge you. Okay, so the rate that they want to not charge you, but give you per mile. You know, so but then you're dispatching stuff. That's why I like the freedom of it. So you don't come here to expect to make a lot of money, because I don't feel that it's here, unless maybe if you get an SFI truck. Basically, don't come. If you get a high truck payment, you're gonna make so money. The way how you could win is to get your own truck, get a used truck, get your payments down. That's the key, in my opinion. I got high payments, so I'm in my situation. You know, you have people like Steve Berger. He bought a used truck. TK bought a used truck. He had a Schneider truck and got a used truck. Well, they lowering their payments, so it takes the less stress off, right? Because you don't have to run as hard, and you can make more money. Now, of course, they adding on the risk of it's an older truck, and the bills you can get more bills, and that's the balance. You know, that's where, you know, older equipment cheaper to pay, higher maintenance, newer equipment more expensive to pay, lower maintenance possibly. It's a seesaw that you wanna you got to decide. But you just don't want to come here with super high payments, all right? And anything. Keep your bills down. Keep your home bills down. Don't have any debt. Okay, this is the stuff that's gonna make you win, all right? So keep your payments down so you can afford to be down when things go wrong, all right? Because you don't want you got mortgage cars on. You don't want all that stuff to be knocking on your back and saying, yo, you gotta run. We can't be sitting in the shop. All right, so that's my freedom. You come here for the freedom. Come here for the freedom only, okay? The money, you maybe look elsewhere, okay? I said it. Maybe look elsewhere. Weigh your options, because the best benefit is to pick your own freight and the freedom, okay? Everything else other companies can compare with, You know, so this is why people are bouncing. Remember Schneider was the hot thing? Remember it was hot on YouTube? Everybody was talking, everybody was here. There's nobody here now but me. Everybody's bouncing. Why? Why is that? Why is everybody bouncing? So think about that. Doesn't matter what they say. Why did everybody bounce? They bounce for a reason. Okay? Now you can talk to them. You can talk to those guys and say, why'd you bounce? Then figure out why they bouncing. Is it better somewhere else? But they all look for different opportunities. Why? All right? So there you go. There you have it. There's my quick sum of the Schneider IC program. I'm trying to end this because my battery is dying, but I'll keep talking. Hell with it. I want to thank you for watching this video. Oh yeah, so here's the news. No, there's that. Let's go ahead and just sum this up. I'm going to thank you for watching this video. And I summed it up. So if you have any questions, go ahead and email me at EMIPTV. I hope I was able to answer everything. I hope I did. See, for the most part, money, home time, picking on the load board. I said, you know, it's hard. Check out my video where I said it's hard to book. It's not easy. It's one of my most popular Schneider videos where I said it's not easy picking on the load board because it's just the way it's set up. It's just the way of the waiting time. Pick up Monday, deliver Tuesday, pick up Monday. I kind of talked about it on this video, right? So you want to keep rolling, keep those wheels rolling, have a amount of revenue that you want to make, because I feel that revenue is more important than that cents per mile. Okay, this is just me. Okay, it cents per mile is important, but revenue. I was always making killer checks when I made my $700 a day. If I could maintain that, that's when my checks was good. Nothing else mattered. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that backhaul. Don't worry about don't worry about cheap freight for the most part, because you're worrying about your average. That's the key. That's what I learned. Okay, it's the average. All right, so if you pull something for $2 a mile and then $1 going the other way, don't be like, oh man, I pulled it for $1. No, man, you average $1.50. You average $1.50 all miles, so that's good. Okay, so that's how you got to think. Think average. Okay, and keep those wheels turning. That's going to make you successful. So now, with all of that said, I said I like it. I said I love the freedom. I said the money is decent, although it's like company driver money to me, just a little bit more. And I said you could win here. People is nice. I said it. But after all that, I'm quitting. I'm leaving Schneider. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll tell you why. EMIPTV is out.